So, there's a few things that I realized once I turned 40, and I am embracing this journey being in my 40s, and it is such a beautiful thing. Like, you know how some people are so afraid of getting older? I think there's so much wisdom that comes with being older. Like there's so many life lessons. And if you embrace the journey and enjoy the process along the way and try to touch as many hearts or souls along the way and just try to be the best version of yourself, life can be a beautiful thing. It really can. And so today I just want to share some things that I learned along the way, in my journey. And if I can go back to like my 30s and my 20s and share these things, I feel like I wouldn't have had so much anxiety, so much fear, and so much worry in regards to life, especially the things that were out of my control. And the first thing is always prioritizing a relationship with God, and I am here to tell you that I was nowhere near perfect, and I still am not perfect. I still have things to learn. But one thing I have learned about prioritizing my relationship with God is people will disappoint you, people will fail you, people will change on you, people will ghost you, whatever. God is forever constant. He really is. And whenever you feel at your lowest, He has you. Like He has you. And there is something about navigating that relationship that helps you to build trust, build your faith, and stand firm in who you are. Because there's something about having a relationship with God and leaning into your spirituality where it's like no matter what life throws at you, it helps you to bounce back quicker. It helps you to not self destruct in those moments that you cannot control. And then the second thing is nothing is bigger than you. I have realized that navigating my journey, all of the situations that I thought were so like big and problematic, I was making up a story in my head and I made it so much bigger than what it really was. And when you take a few deep breaths, come back to who you are, and remember that number one, God has blessed you with the intuition. And also, there's no problem that you can't solve, right? And not to say that we won't make mistakes or sometimes we have to pivot, but that's a part of life. Like, that's a part of the learning process. Making mistakes isn't failure. It isn't. And someone saying no or rejection is just redirection because God has something better planned for you. And the next thing is autonomy, maintaining a level of autonomy. And this is crucial as you navigate life, especially careers, relationships. Do not allow people and situations to deter you from what you believe, deter you from your values, make you confused about who you are, right? Like you can think for yourself, you can make decisions for yourself, and that means setting boundaries and staying firm in those boundaries and reminding yourself that everything is not going to be for you. Every situation and every relationship is not going to be for you. And that's okay. That's okay. And that leads me to my next point, which is don't put your self worth in the hands of another. Oh, and that is so powerful. And sometimes we do that unconsciously when we are going through life, and that can look like lowering your boundaries, that can look like seeking validation, that can be being persuaded by others to do things that go against who you are or what you believe in. So, definitely, that is a critical thing. And then I want to leave you with this saying: nothing is a big deal unless you make it a big deal. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but I know this will help you with whatever you're going through. And as you're maneuvering life, just know that it gets better with time. Like, aging is not something to be afraid of. Adulting is not something to be afraid of. It really isn't. And I know that we live in a world today that's very challenging. There's chaos all around you, but you have to find a way to filter that information and maintain a positive mindset. And sometimes that looks like disconnecting, right? Turning off your TV, leaning into who you are, leaning into your passions and your hobbies. You got this. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye.